What's up, friends? Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a super quick one. I am filming and editing this in real time because time is of the essence. As you probably know, right now over on Amazon is the Prime Day sales going on right now. It started yesterday and I'm kind of a slacker because I didn't make any Prime Day deals videos yesterday. I've been too busy. But today I wanted to share with you 13 last minute Prime Day deals that I've noticed. These are actually deals I'm personally excited about. So I thought I'd share them with you today. If you're in the market for a new watch or possibly some earbuds or maybe an action camera, these are a few that are still hanging around and actually got better over the past day or so. So I thought I'd share them with you in this video today. Oh yeah, and it should go without saying that I will be linking all the things I talk about in this video in the description down below. So if you're planning on picking any of these things up, make sure to go down there and use those links because they are affiliate links and they help support this channel. And as a quick note, as this video goes on, make sure to comment down below. If you find any great deals on any of these categories I talk about in this video, I'd love to hear about them. Comment down below, tell me what it is, how big of a discount it is, and maybe I'll add it to the video description as well. I'm going to keep updating the description as time goes on to make sure I get all of the good deals listed in one place. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up Amazon and then we're going to get into the details and what I think about these deals because some of them are actually really good. Diving directly into Amazon though, you can see my homepage. I'm targeted for all these things. They did a pretty good job with the algorithm because these are all the things I care about. We've got watches, we've got some supplements, some liquid IV, video games, not really up my alley, but I do buy them for my kids. We've got some fitness tech, some smart rings, and an LG monitor that actually looks pretty dope, but we're not going to talk about that one today. Into the 13 items I found particularly exciting. And the first one is going to be probably the biggest deal I've seen so far on the new Garmin Venu X1. The Venu X1 from Garmin is currently discounted by $100. If you watched my review videos on this watch, I'm actually a pretty big fan of it. It's something I've worn quite a lot of because it basically has all of the features of like the Fenix series or the higher end Garmin's, but crammed into the thinnest form factor ever with a giant display. It's a really interesting watch and something I really like. Now this watch launched at $799 just a couple of months ago, and it's already being discounted here on Prime Day by $100. I think personally, this is probably the bigger deal from Garmin this year for Prime Day. So if you're in the market for this watch, it's probably not going to get much better than this, even on Black Friday. I would definitely snag it for $699. Still a very expensive watch, but like I said, it basically has all of the features of the high-end Garmin's, but like in a super thin form factor. Oh yeah, and before we move on to the next thing, it should go without saying that I have reviews for all this stuff on the channel. If you want to like do some research first and then come back here to talk about the deals, you can go ahead and do that. Sticking with the Garmin trend here, we've got the Garmin Fenix 7X Sapphire Solar. Now, yes, this is an older watch. This is I don't know, what are we, 2-3 years behind on this one? But by today's standards, it's still a really incredible watch, particularly this model, the Sapphire Solar model, because you get the solar functionality, you get a Sapphire display, you get built-in maps and navigation, you get all the advanced training tools, and Garmin even added some firmware updates later on to add even more features. So it's pretty similar to even the Fenix 8, with the exception of like the underlying software base it looks a little bit different throughout the user interface. But at a core, like functional level, the Fenix 7X is still a very functional watch. And it's a really good watch with crazy battery life because this is an MIP display with solar, and $399 right now on Prime Day, marked down from $629, as you can see there. Now, this will vary depending on the color you choose. As you can see, the white model here is the only one running for $399 right now, but I've seen these prices fluctuate over the past day or so, so keep an eye on this one. And if you were in the market for like the Fenix series and you're looking at the Fenix 8 and you couldn't justify the cost of like a $1,200 or $1,300 watch, this one for $399 is pretty crazy. And if you compare this watch to like a lot of current, flagship models like the Amazfit T-Rex 3 Pro or even like the Suunto Race S in this price range, this wins hands down, even though it's a a couple of years old. So definitely worth checking out. Another pretty banger deal I've seen on Garmin products is with the Epix Gen 2. Now, again, the Epix Gen 2 is a few years old now, and this was the first AMOLED Fenix tier model. It's the first time they used the AMOLED display. However, at launch, this was like a $700 watch, and now you could grab one for $349. I have noticed that the bigger discounts are on these renewed models, which are, refurbished through Amazon. But typically, in my experience with Amazon, they've been pretty good with the renewed models. But even with the new model, if I go back, you can see here the non-renewed model is currently $513. But again, I've seen these prices fluctuating pretty regularly, so keep an eye on that. And again, the Epix Gen 2 is basically a Fenix level watch. It's got all of the advanced training tools, full maps and navigation, an AMOLED display, and we're looking at, $400 to $500 for this from Garmin, which is crazy talk. Okay, moving off the Garmin topic, we've got Samsung. Now, admittedly, I did not review the Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra on this channel. It just kind of flew under the radar for me. I was too busy, had too many other things going on. And to be honest, the Watch Ultra 2025 is very similar to the 2024 model with a couple of updates. In either case, though, again, this watch launched at $650. You do get full LTE support. It's a full Google Wear OS device for Samsung phones. It's a pretty solid option if you're in that ecosystem. And now on sale for $534. You're getting a titanium case, a sapphire display, pretty wild stuff here for $534. The other brand that has some pretty good deals right now is Suunto. If I jump over to Suunto with their Run watch here, this one is a pretty crazy deal. So the Suunto Run is sort of a stripped down, essential running watch from Suunto. However, it's the only watch that Suunto makes currently that has built-in music storage. So you can have 4 gigabytes of music for playback through earbuds paired to the watch, which is a unique thing from the Suunto ecosystem. Now, personally, when I reviewed the Suunto Run, I actually got pretty good results from GPS accuracy and from the heart rate sensor. The watch is really stylish. I love the way it looks. You've got some pretty cool band options here as well. And with this Suunto Run, all of the models here are the same price. So you're going to be able to buy this for $199, which I think might be the best budget option right now for Amazon Prime Day. If you're looking to get a running watch, you don't want to spend a ton of money, this is a great place to start. You get a Suunto branded watch at $200, and it's pretty full featured for what you're getting. Again, this watch has an AMOLED display, pretty decent battery life. It's got all of the sports and running metrics. It's got that new recovery advisor thing specifically for running, which is pretty cool. So if you're looking for like a marathon or race day watch, it's definitely worth looking at. Moving into some of the smart rings out there. So the biggest deal I've noticed on smart rings is the RingConn Air Gen 2 here. So this ring retailed for $199, which I think was a pretty fair price, even at full price. And now there's a lightning deal. Currently it's 2% claimed. I don't know if it'll even be there by the time you watch this video, but $159 for a pretty full-featured smart ring that gives you your HRV and your sleep metrics and your daily activity. This is another one of those items that I've had and I've used, but I didn't make a proper review on the channel. Still need to do that. All right, let's talk Amazfit, the up-and-coming brand, in my opinion. Amazfit watches are known to be super budget-friendly while also having a ton of features. And right now, there are some really good deals on Amazfit products. You can see here, the Amazfit Active 2 Sport is currently $80, $80.74. I don't know why they chose 74 cents. I did review this watch on the channel. It's pretty awesome for $80. I mean, you're getting like full maps on this watch in the same like software base as their higher end options like the Amazfit T-Rex 3. It does lack a couple of features, but for the price of $80, it's a pretty wild option with really good battery life of about 10 days. You get a ton of different activity profiles to choose from. The Zepp app, which is like the companion app for Amazfit products, has become very polished. And on top of that, now they have their ecosystem with the Amazfit Helio strap, which is It's actually under my sweatshirt right now. I can't show you, but it's essentially a screenless device similar to like a Whoop band, but works with Amazfit products. And now you could have this $80 watch that's pretty full featured and the Amazfit Helio strap for under $200 for both devices. And the Amazfit Active 2 Square here is also on sale. You can see for $119. I think this one launched for $149. So $40 off or $30 off if I can do math properly. Again, really good deal. If you're looking for like a premium looking, smaller watch, the Square version of the Active 2 is a good way to go. But if you're thinking that's too expensive for you, the Amazfit BIP 6 is basically free right now. Now this watch, I think launched at $79, I want to say, but you can see here, we've got the new model here for $67.99, which is an insane deal for this watch. And then we've got the renewed one here for $59. So if you wanted to like test the waters of having a sport watch or a smartwatch, and you just wanted to feel what it's like to live with and get an idea of the whole thing, this watch is pretty solid. It's got good battery life, a huge AMOLED display, and again, $59 to $67, kind of wild. Okay, let's talk about some earbuds because I found this particularly interesting. The Apple AirPods Pro 2, last generation, not the Pro 3s, which is the latest generation, but spoiler alert, the Pro 2s are nearly identical to the Pro 3s that just came out, with the exception of some of the tweaks to the ear tips and the way they fit in your ear and stuff. But all of the software features that came to the AirPod Pro 3s, like the live translation feature and things like that, also went back to the AirPod Pro 2s. So you can get a pair of these now for $169. These are AirPods or earbuds that I've used every single day, I think, for like the past year. I pretty much wear them to bed every night to listen to a podcast. Sometimes when I run or go for a walk, I wear them. They're kind of my everyday carry. Yes, I really like the Pro 3s, but for the price, I mean, almost $100 less here, $169 compared to $249 for the Pro 3s. That's a really good deal. So if you're in the market for AirPods specifically, and you have an iPhone and you want that just seamless integration, definitely worth taking a look at. But if those are just a little bit too expensive, the AirPods 4s, which are not the Pro models, are also on sale. And they're discounted pretty heavily. You can see here they were previously $179, and currently you can grab a pair for $118. These do not have the rubber or foam ear tips, so they don't really seat all the way in your ears. And to be honest, they don't fit my ears all that great. But some people love these. They're a great everyday carry. And now for $118, I would definitely take a look at them if you can work with the non-Pro models. Moving right along to the Beats Fit Pros. So if you know me and you've watched this channel and you've seen any clip of me running outdoors, you've probably seen these earbuds in my ears because they're pretty much my favorite up until last week when they came out with a new version of these called the Powerbeats Fit. If you haven't seen that video, go check them out. Now the Beats Fit Pros though are almost the exact same thing as the Powerbeats Fit. The new version just got a slightly smaller case, but everything else is almost identical. They really didn't make a major update with these. However, these Beats Fit Pros from last year are $149 currently. They retailed for $199 before this. For $149, these are probably some of the best running or fitness earbuds you can get. They come in a few different colors. As you can see here, I have these gray ones here, but the white ones are actually pretty cool looking. Okay, let's talk action cameras. Another area that I get excited about, GoPro. So this is really weird. If you look at these GoPro listings here, you can see that the GoPro Hero 13 Black Standard Edition model is $359, which is, it's slightly discounted from $429. However, the GoPro Hero 13 Black Wide Angle Edition, which actually comes with the wide angle accessory in the box, is less. It's $329, and that's because it's a Prime Day deal. That price for the wide angle version, it comes with a little accessory to give you like a super wide field of view. It also comes with the standard lens, so if you don't want to use that, you don't have to. For this price is a banger deal. I really like the GoPro products. I mean, say what you say about them if you don't like the low light capabilities or whatever, but they're reliable. Their image is really good, and it has something about it that has always stood out compared to the competition when you're in good light. And for $329, pretty wild. Again, full review on the channel on pretty much everything I've listed off here if you want to like do the research and come back. But the GoPro Hero 13 Black wide angle edition is a great deal right now. However, that's not the only action camera that's for sale right now or on Prime Day deals. I noticed that the Insta360 X5 is marked down by $50. It's still pretty expensive at $499. This is a camera I use all the time. Again, full review on the channel. Insane 360 capabilities. It's pretty awesome camera for $500. But the DJI Osmo Action 360 or Osmo 360 no action is also marked down even more so compared to the Insta360, and we're down to $412 for this camera right now. And the final action camera I want to mention briefly here is the DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro. Now, this is a camera that I have used extensively. It might be one of my favorite action cameras, not only because of the image quality, in my opinion, is really good. It looks very natural compared to a lot of the competition, but it also has built-in storage, which is something I find so useful. It's got like 48 gigabytes internally, so you don't need to have an SD card in there to record, and it's just nice backup to have. Also, on top of that, the audio quality from the built-in microphones is surprisingly good. And for someone like me who is often out like running or hiking and talking to the camera, I don't want to bring a little lavalier or Bluetooth mic with me. So having good built-in microphones is a plus. Again, this is marked down heavily, $269. I've never seen it that low, and that's probably gonna be the lowest you'll see it even on Black Friday. Okay, and with that, I think we've run through all of the Prime Day deals I wanted to mention quickly in this video. We've got, I think there was 13 there. I think I rambled a couple of times, sue me. But I just wanted to get this out there to make you aware of some of the deals that I personally find exciting, and maybe you do too. Some of those, like the Venu X1 for $100 off, I was actually surprised about because typically Garmin doesn't mark down things that heavily when they're so new. In either case, let's keep this conversation going about Amazon Prime Day. Currently, there is 17 hours left to the sale. If I can edit this quickly and get it up on YouTube. If you found some deals in like the health, fitness, running space, drop them in the comments down below. I'd love to see them. And as time goes on, if I find any more exciting deals, I'll be sure to update the description of this video down below as well. Now, if you are thinking about picking any of these things up, I would appreciate it if you use the links in the description down below, because if you didn't know, us YouTubers here rely on these affiliate links to help support the channel in what we're doing here. Now, it doesn't cost you anything extra to use those links. It just gives me a little commission when you click on them. So you might as well do it. All right, friends, that's it for this one. Super quick. I have actually got 2 videos coming out today. I'm sure this will get buried in the algorithm, but hopefully some of you watch it. If you found it helpful or fun, or just enjoyed coming along for the ride on this weird little exploration video I did, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel down below, check out chasethesummit.com and use that discount code PRIME15 for 15% off. And I'll see you very soon. I think we've got a podcast episode coming up soon, so stay tuned for that and a lot of other sports, fitness, action camera goodness in the very near future. Okay, I gotta go. Hope you get some good deals today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.